What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jordan.
What up?
Black Nerd Planet, episode something or other. I think we in the 80s. What episode this be? What
Mm-hmm.
is it, 88?
Nin-
89?
1980s.
1980s.
Back
Oh,
to the
man.
future style.
This is our, used to be weekly, but we kind of slacking. But I'll say it's weekly podcast because that's what we strive to be, I guess. Podcast. Talking
That's
about
true.
nerd culture and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Black Nerd Planet. The first word of that is black. Second word, nerd, which you did that for a reason, which is a joke. But in recent events of shit that you better know about, and if you don't know about it, you're under a rock. Things have been happening in the world, I should say, because it started in the, it's all over the states, but I mean, it's gone global between the recent police killings of our fellow brothers out there, regardless if you know them or not. They a part
Mm-hmm.
of us, a part of the community. Black Lives Matter, first of all. If you don't believe that, then you need to educate yourself. It's not about being better than other people or not.
Nope. It's just about
Um,
equality. Civility.
and and people can go online and, it's kind of stuff you can say and you can be generic or sound generic or you can be getting ridiculed for what you did or didn't do. But, at the end of the day, man, we gotta look in the mirror at a lot of things. But with what's going on with people out here getting killed for no reason, like Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all these people, man, that senselessly have died over the course of the years, man, and just recently over the last couple days, couple weeks, man, it's tired. People out here protesting. It's turned into much more than that for whatever reasons you may think it has happened or not. But I want to say at least, I don't want to speak for Marlon here, but I feel like he agrees. We support
Yeah,
everyone out
definitely.
here, man, because regardless of what you think of how it should be done, things out here ain't right.
System
And
is all messed up.
the system, like he said, like Marlon said, the system's messed up. It's been that way for hundreds of years now. And you can't expect a wound to get healed when it's been open for so long. Um, we don't always talk about crazy. It's not even crazy, but just serious stuff like this. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
or
Like
even like politics.
yeah, man. We not everybody's built for that lifestyle, but this is a black thing. This is a human thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's support everywhere and it's denouncers everywhere, but we supporting out here. I can't say that I was protesting because I looked at it from I want to be with my kids and I don't want to put them in that situation, but
Mm-hmm.
I support people out there that's fighting for the cause, man. We gonna all do it in different ways, whether that's donating or being out in the front lines or,
Yep.
being in the political space, being on social media, whatever. Um, yeah, man, I don't know what else to say. I don't want to sound like a fucking running monologue. But shit's
Yeah,
real out
man.
here. We gonna
It's
talk
just
about
crazy.
some. We gonna talk about stuff that has transpired since those events over the past weeks, man, with the stuff we usually talk about in gaming and movies and things kind of being altered, man, because like a lot of posts have said out there, shit's more important. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Stuff that's going on is way more important um, than video games and all that stuff. All them things are gonna come back eventually, but lives are lost for no reason, man. You can't get those back.
Nope.
Stuff's more important, like us being safe in our, inside, outside our homes, because it ain't just
Mm-hmm.
outside. People
Nope.
getting hurt inside their homes. We've seen.
It's the whole
Um,
community. The whole, yeah, it's everywhere. It's just your next door neighbors. It's your friends. You know what I'm saying? It's your family.
anybody, it's too close to home, man.
It's real
We had
close.
with Sean Reed in Indianapolis about a month ago, I want to say. And that was like right next to my old neighborhood on West Side
Mm-hmm.
Indianapolis. So it just hits close, man. And I'm such like a hermit crab. Even I can be kind of like, well, damn, man, stuff is just really out here. You know what I'm saying? But it could happen, man, at any time, any place, and for the color of our skin, man, it's the old saying, but the saying's still true, man. That just because we look one way, it could mean something else to people out here that just don't really give a fuck about who we are, or
Mm-hmm.
what we may have done, or what we might provide to society. What we think we less than zero. So we got to show me more than that in more ways than one. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, we got to show each other that we better than being put in this box, and we overcoming that. So on
Yeah,
that
for
note,
sure.
man,
Now is the best time. I mean, now more than ever, we got to stick together.
there, yeah, man, there's ways out there. I know Black Lives Matter, different donation places, but you gotta be careful. That's one thing that I've been trying to figure out too. Like the best places to donate and like support and stuff like that. Because there's some
Mm-hmm.
scams out there. Even if what I'm saying, you would think it's some
Yeah,
scammers out here, people that's looting
but
for the wrong reasons and shit
exactly.
like that. So,
People taking advantage of the situation.
um, yeah, man. On that note, we can talk about stuff
Let's get
going on.
into it.
So, we have not talked news in a while, my brother. The recent events. First one I wanted to point out, which got people all in a tizzy, is Sony was gonna put a presser showcase coming June. What, June 6th? This Thursday, June 5th. What the hell day was it gonna be? This Thursday
Yeah, I
coming
think
up.
it was Thursday. Yep.
So this Thursday, this week, Sony was gonna have a PS5 event showcasing games coming out. June 1st, day of this recording, they decided to postpone that event, basically stating, paraphrasing with recent events going on with the protest and whatnot. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to try to, they're not going to put that stuff out there right now. They don't feel the time is right. And once if you feel like, oh man, I don't care about whatever, then, screw you, man.
Yep.
Because that's
But I
only
mean,
you can control it. So,
and I feel like that's even as just like a regular gamer. I mean, obviously I'm black too, but I feel like even if it wasn't just even with like the COVID and stuff that's going on, like all the stuff that's been going on lately, I feel like it's cool to just wait a second. You know what I'm saying? Like I
mm-hmm.
said, stuff is other important things are going on right now in the world that we should be taking a look at and really taking the time to examine.
Exactly. It's just weird, man. Like we always forget. Like obviously, time isn't. Time is relative and shit can happen anytime, man. But as much as we love talking about games and stuff, like you just said, man, this shit it's gonna be there, but this shit can wait. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like how much it? Because what's gonna happen is even if they were to have shown new games and everything. There's always gonna be some negatives to that too. It's always gonna be a negative to what we think is gonna be positive, and maybe what they might show us later might be better. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta
Hmm.
think about this in more ways than one, man. And it's not, just people want to say, "Oh, Black Lives Matter movement, stop this." Like, okay, and what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
what you gonna do about it? Like, what are you gonna do about it? Man? You
Because
gonna
at the end of
whine?
the day, they still stopped it. They still,
Exactly.
even if you don't want, if you like, all right, I ain't gonna watch. I don't want to see nothing. Then I just, whatever. The world is still looking at it. You know what I'm saying? They still kind of making you, not really, but they ain't giving you nothing else to look at.
And to me, it speaks volumes that Sony, which is a Japanese company first, what I'm saying, and they found a
Hmm.
lot of success in Western side or wherever you want to say United States and stuff, North America. The fact that they're acknowledging that, what I mean, like that means a lot. That it's deeper than what
Sure.
a lot of people think it is, man. So you just kind of have to you got to sit back, man, and a lot of education needs to take place. Or just mental relapse need to take place. They they don't they how about to say don't they delayed that prior to Friday, May 29th, if I can find my article. Sony announced that any game coming to PS4 between after July 13th that's certified for PlayStation 4 needs to be compatible with the PlayStation 5. So
Mm.
basically what that means is backwards compatibility is I mean they announced backwards compatibility. All their newer games need to be ready for the next system. Do you
Mm-hmm.
find that surprising at all? Just kind of a yeah, you know.
Nah, I mean, I mean, we was hoping that they wasn't going because there was a lot of talk where people were saying like, I don't know, man, Sony acting like they changed their mind about, backwards compatibility and all that other stuff, man. I don't know. And I mean, Sony was being a little mysterious as far as like, because Xbox was like, yo, we got this and we got that. And you know what else we got? Some of
There's
this.
more.
Exactly. So I feel like it just comes with them opening up more about what they got going on.
and, and what they also reading the IGN article, they're really saying like in here it says Sony is also seemingly strongly recommending that any patch or remaster for a game submitted before July 13th would allow for PS5 compatibility. And, when you put the strongly recommending in there, it's like, man, you just got to put a yes or a no. Like, you can't be telling people, yeah, you can if you want to. Like, nah.
And they're like, yeah, we strongly recommend it, man. We hate for something to happen to your IP in the process. Hate for that to get lost in the mail.
And you can obviously we're gonna get first party games compatible, but when it comes to third party games, especially from like big developers like Ubisoft and like Rockstar, stuff like that, you would think that they'd just be like, yeah, you're gonna have to cough it up, man. You got the resources, just do it. Which anybody that is trying to make money in this time of video games, I would think you'd want your games to be going forwards, backwards, and around as much as possible.
Yep, makes the most sense if you're trying to make money anyway.
I don't have the business money making calculator, but I would think that especially right now with the way the economy is, you kind of want to have everything assured on all lines. You know what I mean? Whether it's cross-play, whether it's backwards compatible or whatever. Like, I feel like these are the times where technology is at its point where all this stuff is possible. It's
technology.
Just putting their resources into it. You brought up Xbox. They oh shoot, I done messed up my stuff. They also announced basically, which we already kind of assumed, that there's gonna be thousands of games available for Xbox Series X at launch. Whether that's between backwards compatibility, new games, Game Pass, anything of the sort. One thing I did find of note is that any game that's going to be running on Series X is going to be taking, as they say, advantage of the new hardware. So basically, all the new technology is going to be kind of upping the possible. No, I don't want to say the possibilities for those games, but sharpening those games up with the technology that they have in the new console.
Whether the developers do it or not, because it seems like they saying, "Hey, we got this." Like, and Sony is like, "Hey, y'all better clean that shit up before y'all bring it over here, man."
Hey, bro, don't be bringing no bullshit to my party, bro.
Come on, man, but take your shoes off, man. You can't come in here with them shoes on, man. I'm sorry, bro. And Xbox is like, shit, it's cool, man. We take whatever. And matter of fact, we gonna upgrade your black Air Forces to white Air Forces, my brother. Don't even worry about it.
I saw somebody said they about to go ride in a black Air Forces and a Koski robe.
Yeah. Hey, crazy, bro.
With Xbox, man, we kind of talk about, like, we don't hate Xbox, but we don't use it as much as PlayStation and the Switch. What do you think about them saying, does like that in any way sell you on the Series X? You know what I mean? Like saying that they got hours and hours of fun over here.
I mean, I wanna mess with the Xbox. Like, I really didn't with the last one. I mean, I had it, but I never really played it like you said. And this time I kind of want to at least, back and forth traded, kind of like how I do with the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. To me, every time it just seemed like Xbox is just like Microsoft, just like, all right, when Sony say something, we gonna say something. Hurry up, say something right now, right now. We got thousands of games, boy. Whatever they said they got, we gonna double it.
Fucking used car salesman. I put a cup holder in that motherfucker, boy. Light your cigarettes. I got
so I feel like because they doing that, it's like I'm like, all right, like it ain't necessarily selling me anymore. I'm just kind of like, okay, all right, I got you. We're gonna give it a try. Say I was gonna try. Now we get, my funds is really what it's gonna come down to. But
with them paychecks talking about holiday time.
But unless Xbox or somebody over at Microsoft is listening to this, in which case, I'd be glad to post something about it if you're trying to slide up.
Going back to PlayStation real quick in this conversation, it's weird that, and it's not weird that every console kind of has their niche now. You know what I mean? Where Xbox is just kind of, they started with the one in general, but now they're really going into this. All this shit's gonna be here, and keeping game preservation alive, is like this article saying. And Sony's still kind of in this weird, we're moving forward, but we're also going to kind of give you what you want. We'll see. And then Nintendo's like, whatever. I don't really give a shit.
Do. Yeah, we do what we want to do over here. We ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
But also with Sony, we haven't seen what the console looks like yet, which is what a lot of people were hoping for with this showcase coming up. I had asked on Twitter, how likely is it that they don't even have like the full design finished for the console? I mean, it's June now. We're assuming the console's coming out like October, November, December. And I was just like, is that even like really a possibility? I know somewhere there's an article, I couldn't find it, that said that I don't think that developers have really seen like the full like prototype or even seen what the console looks like just yet, besides like the development kits that they've been using. So I mean, obviously somebody knows, but I don't even know if that's even really a question. You know what I'm saying? Like, how likely would that be that they're just kind of like, I don't know, man, we kind of got 5 blueprints on the drawing board and they all might suck, you know what I mean?
That would be pretty crazy.
Or like, how much does it even really matter what it looks like? You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, it's about the game. So is it just because of everything going on this year, you think that maybe they're just like, let's slow roll it like this, or they really aren't ready? Or
I mean, I think that they just taking their time altogether with like starting with them being like, all right, we're not even gonna be a part of E3 and stuff or whatever. We're gonna do our own thing, and then I think taking themselves out of that give them the opportunity to go at their own pace. They don't have to race with Xbox if they don't want to. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing it, when it's in like a big public press conference with all the developers and everybody together, you kind of got to be at a certain point by a certain time. But now it's kind of like, well, we'll show y'all what we want to show y'all and when we want to show you. How about that?
That's a good point, because I mean, like you said, it's just so much, like, everything's so different this year. E3 is not happening. It's June. Usually we be talking about E3 popping up soon. They're going to have their digital event. That's postponed because of world events going on right now. At any point, and stuff like this, like even when they first kind of announced PS5 last year with that Wired article, and they're just like, oh, here's an article. It would just be funny if they just kind of did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it wasn't like a big thing, they were just like, here's the design. Here's the real picture, too.
Because in a lot of ways, that's kind of how Xbox did it, even when they showed the Series X at the Game Awards last year. And they were just kind of like, well, here's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like a fucking computer tower. So it's kind of like, okay. I don't think anybody's like marveled by the look of that. Because who really gives a damn? Which is probably what somebody said. Like, who cares? Like, as long as it's doing what we need it to do. Because with the PlayStation, in my personal opinion, I feel like they're gonna look for like a sleeker, and Sony kind of always tries this like some sleek look, how they did with the PS4. It's like the angled sandwich bread loaf, whatever the hell you call that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just thinking, are they gonna go for like a five, five like curve V look, or are they just gonna go with like a standard like PlayStation rectangular look, or more? You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
don't fucking know, but I feel like
yeah.
Sony's in a position where there's like they had a lot of different futuristic looks that they probably are looking for, and I feel
Hmm.
like they're gonna be the ones that kind of do that.
Yeah,
Um, is it
I
gonna
agree with you.
matter? Who
And I
fucking
think too
knows?
because like we were saying, they probably had, well, not even probably, obviously they had more time to go over it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If they picked one in the beginning, they like, man, you know what, man, these curves, they just ain't curvy enough, man. We need to go back. Now they gave themselves the opportunity to have that time, you know what I'm saying? So they don't have to, so they can fiddle around with the tweak the design toward the end, or whenever they, I mean, not even toward the end, because it really be crazy if they just, in which obviously they probably wouldn't, this don't make no sense, but if they just didn't say nothing up until the fall and they was like, all right, here you go, bam, bye,
Mm-hmm.
what's up? I mean, because they could, you know what I'm saying? But reality, that they won't. But it's just crazy to think about.
Cause why have we put, and I feel like we might have talked about this before, but like why have we put gaming in such a predicament where they have to announce things that way? You know what I mean? Cause
Mm,
like with the iPhone, the way that they have it set up, they'll announce the new iPhone, a week in advance. You know what I mean? So it's not
yeah.
like technology is in a position where you have to do it so far ahead, because gaming consoles are like the only brand of entertainment where we just put this like expectation of far ahead announcements and wowing us and like 30 different,
Mm,
giving us so many different options. Like I don't really understand why that is. I mean, I know E3 played a big part of that, and advent of the internet, and different shit
yeah.
like that, but I don't understand why we do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. And maybe I guess because it's that thing, what we talked about before of it being like movies, and just basically being interactive movies, and they show a trailer and then you be like, damn, I want to see what else though. What else can you see from that? And I guess they
Yeah.
just, it just end up showing more and more every time until people, or even not even them doing it, until just people being like, man, no, no, show me something else. It keeps showing me, like you said, with like the internet and stuff. They just people getting on there and data mining, and you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
just hacking and sawing just to get a little bit of taste of whatever it may or may not be. So it's just, I feel like that plays a big part in it too.
The and it kind of drives, and it's part of the culture in gaming, I guess now, but I guess it just drives so much like unnecessary expectations, I guess you can say,
Mm,
especially when game companies feel like they have to announce something fast. Because take for example, I think 2 years ago now, at least 2 years ago, Bethesda announced Skyrim 6. I mean, it's not Skyrim 6, but Elder Scrolls 6, and also I was about to say, what the hell is the space game they're about to make? I can't think of the title now off the top of my head, but they announced
mm,
those, and people are like, "Oh shit!" Like new Elder Scrolls and whatever the fuck new IP they're trying to make. But there's so
mm-hmm.
many expectations with an Elder Scrolls game, and it's just like, okay, so why did you show us this? Like, I mean, it's cool that you're making it, but if you're not gonna tell me when
Yeah.
it's coming out or anything, why show
Or
me just
even
this
what?
little landscape? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, now we know new consoles are coming out, so obviously we're gonna be waiting for y'all to figure that out. So it's like, what's the point in
Mm-hmm.
saying anything at all?
Exactly. And that's that's my sentiments anyway. I feel like that with any kind of media for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
personally, just because I be like, shit, I want to play that shit, or I want to watch that shit. I don't want to keep on discussing it, keep talking about it every time. You know what I mean? What I hope it to be like, and it's like, damn, why don't you just let me play that shit, or, let me be a part of it or whatever.
Because even when you think movies now too, where like the Marvel cinematic universe got into that, we know what's gonna be coming for the next couple years. And then everybody's like, oh man, I hope such and such does this, or I hope this character's gonna be doing this, and whatever, fuck
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And then it's just like movie come out and then it's good or bad, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But all these expectations for no reason is kind of like, in some ways, naivety or ignorance just could like help us in a lot of ways as a culture of fucking nerds,
Mm-hmm.
geeks, whatever the hell you want to say, because we just put so much into believing in the people that create stuff. We put so much into the characters that we love to read about, play games about or whatever. And it's just like, man, if we could just have shit just be like, and like Nintendo, they announced Paper Mario, like 2 weeks ago. It
Mm-hmm.
comes out in July. Cool.
That's
You
enough
know,
time. That's
and even
plenty.
and even then, they could have announced Paper Mario a week ahead. You know what I'm saying? Would
Mm-hmm.
people have been mad? No. Like, what would that have done? But at the same time, I guess it's once again, we ain't businessmen like that, but they got a spreadsheet that says if we advertise it then and we get, reaction this
Mm-hmm.
way, that way, YouTube video likes, or this many drops on clicks in these websites or whatever, all that stuff plays a part, I guess. But I just feel like the expectations have just gone in so many weird routes that we're just pigeonholing ourselves in a sense.
I agree. I agree.
um Next thing I want to bring up that relates in a weird way to the Sony and Xbox announcements coming up. Sega has been teased in some ways a big announcement coming up June 4th, possibly in the next Famitsu magazine, which is a Japanese magazine. Um, a lot of different tweets that came out, articles. There's a tech guy in Japan that I'm trying to get his name again. That he or she was in an article basically saying that Sega is going to be announcing something like PS5 level big of announcements coming in June. And so
Interesting.
it cycled into Sega's 60th anniversary being this week, slash the Sony, conference, showcase, whatever is going to be this week. But so there's a lot of rumors circulating that either Microsoft and Sega might be partnering for like a Japanese like rebrand for like Microsoft.
Hmm.
And there's also like the rumors that what if like Sony's buying Sega, which I don't really think Sega would want to like get bought out like that, but maybe it's a possibility. I don't know.
Mm.
Um, they said it's not looking like it's gonna be a new Sega console, which that would just be stupid. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. In my mind, I would think Microsoft getting Sega to help them in the Japanese marketplace would make sense, since they've always struggled in that area.
Mm.
Regardless of them struggling everywhere, but they've struggled
Ooh,
ever since the original
man.
Xbox. So,
Uh,
do you think
them
you'd like to
Xbox
see
ones
that
gonna
kind of
be
happen
on.
from Microsoft, or?
I mean, I think it could be cool. I mean, just depend on, I guess, what it is. I don't know. I guess I'm just like, I mean, yeah, I'm just thinking about Sega and what I would want from that, and would
Mm-hmm.
just be. It's just kind of nostalgic, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just all I can think about is old Sega stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
guess that would be cool.
Sega in today's era is known a lot for like, I mean, they own Atlas, which is the Persona people. The Yakuza games have become prominent lately, and obviously Sonic's always around when he wants to be.
Mm.
See, I'm not really sure. Like on a gaming level, I don't see it being. I shouldn't say gaming, but from a software level, I don't see Sega coming in with being like, oh, here's a new set, Sonic game, or here's a new
Yeah.
RPG. Like, you could just do that without somebody being like, oh man, Sega got some of that new shit coming down the pipeline. We'll wait and
They got them
see.
Obama runs, boy.
So, in my mind, I want to say that them partnering with Microsoft or partnering with Sony is equally as likely, but I'm kind of thinking that them and Microsoft having some kind of collaboration makes sense. But I'm also surprised that there hasn't been some kind of leak either. Just
Mm-hmm.
because leaks always happen. But, they could be tightened it with somebody, who knows. And maybe there's not even an announcement coming at all, because I don't know if it's been like on the level of 100% there's something happening, but it's just like pretty likely based off of what this guy said.
Because overall, like you were saying, I feel like both parties would benefit from a Sega Microsoft deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, with them being in based in Japan and stuff, that could be Microsoft connections and vice versa. I think it makes the most sense.
Because with Sony, I mean, obviously they're a Japanese company, and if they were to buy out Sega, I mean, that would put a pretty nice linchpin, or whatever the fuck term you want to use, for them kind of establishing more IPs under that umbrella, which, I mean, I'd be fine with it, whatever. But I don't really see, I mean, Sega's pretty liberal or pretty easygoing about putting their games in different spaces. So it's not like you'd have to be, what I'm saying, you'd have to be so like careful with them regardless of what console you're on. And they even announced Yakuza coming to Xbox Series X, the Yakuza 7, so it doesn't seem like it's some weird thing going on right now. But I'm really curious, because you just don't hear Sega being like, oh, we got some hot shit going on again, you know what I mean, in so long.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I didn't know, I had heard this on another show, that Sega, I think in the 2000s, they like didn't make like any money. Like they like never profited for like a decade or something. However that may work. But
it was on quarantine.
The Pokemon company announced that there's gonna be a new trailer, I guess, new news, new information coming out for the next or for the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion on June 2nd, starting at 9 in the morning Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific, and all that good stuff. The Japanese Twitter account announced this. They're gonna be talking more about the expansion, which the Isle of Armor, the first set, is due out in June. We don't have a release date yet, so I'm assuming that would be coming in this announcement. Do you have any expectations, sir, for Pokemon information at this point? Do you even like Pokemon anymore?
I was about to say, I can't even think of the last time I turned that mug on.
Man, it's been a minute.
But I mean, I do want to play the expansion, so I mean, I guess I thought that they had already pretty much told us what it was going to be. So
That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
thought too.
Maybe I guess it's some new, new. Yeah,
I
don't
mean,
know.
if anything, I mean, what would it be like? More forms or more Pokemon revealed? Maybe a new Pokemon that they didn't want to talk about early, or or just more crazy customization, or maybe
They
they're
about to
adding
drop a
on
mixtape.
Squirtle Squad Volume 6.
You know what time it is, bro.
Like you said, you haven't played it in a while. I know I haven't either. Shit, probably since like January, February, maybe. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it. I mean, it's Pokemon, so I'm gonna dabble in some at some level, but I don't really understand what else they could say. You know what I'm saying? Besides just kind of putting out like a little hype reel, being like, it's coming, this date.
Yeah.
So, because I'm
Just actually saying the date. My bad.
No, you good. I was just saying that I just hope that it's what, $30, I think. So I'm just hoping that it's gonna be a good, like, at least 5 hours, 6 hours of gameplay. Like, I don't expect it to be 15, 20 hours. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. It's gonna be internet hate regardless. But I don't
That's
know
facts.
if that little area that they're showing, even though it's a wild area section, is gonna come with so much content that we're just gonna be like wow to the 10th degree. And because I think the frozen tundra that's coming in the fall is gonna have way more, but it couldn't. Maybe that's what this information is. It's gonna be a whole like mishmash of just like we got this shit, bro. Come check it out. But
Hmm.
it's hard to expect a lot from Game Freak, man, until they really like put some like
Ready to.
new energy out there.
Yeah,
The
that's facts.
moving on from that, Madden and EA Sports announced that they have renewed their licensing deal for exclusivity to EA for simulation football video games, which, as you may remember, a few months ago, 2K announced that they're going to be making a new football video game that is not of the simulation form, more of like, I guess, an arcade football game.
Mm.
So I guess that little caveat was put in there on contractual things. Um, which whatever, EA's been locking down with EA and been locking down NFL for like what 15 years now, 16 years now.
Oh, man, almost as long as I can remember. A lot of people probably don't even know about 2K football.
Man, that's a lot of kids, I'm sure. Like you think about 16, because what NFL 2K5 was the last one. So yeah, it's a whole lot of kids playing Madden that they never even knew they actually had to work
No
hard at one
idea.
point.
And what make it even worse is they almost adults, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, that
Buying
gets even worse
cigarettes and
because
shit.
man, they about to be grown ups.
Man,
Just
going to
missed out on
college
the
and shit.
gym. Don't know nothing.
Didn't ever play in the crib on 2K.
Like they
the
don't care about that.
Madden EA also announced that the first trailer, I shouldn't say the reveal of the cover and all that stuff, I guess was supposed to come out today, June 1st, but they delayed that as well with the recent events going on, which is also ironic because they decided to take Kaepernick out of their game and everything else, so whatever, but shit like that. the at first I thought they were kind of saying the game was just getting delayed in general, but they're not about to delay, man, even if the season don't
No.
fucking start.
Yeah, no, they ain't doing that.
The fucking moving on from Madden, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I don't know if you ever heard of this little video game, sir.
No, I have not actually.
The Power Rangers it's a fighting game, 2D, 2.5D fighter that came out last year, I believe. It's coming to Google Stadia, which no one cares about Stadia. It's been on all the other consoles, computer, for the
It's
last
rude.
few however long. But the big news, reason why I'm bringing this up, one, I mean, I'm a Power Ranger fan. We don't really talk about that, but not because I'm embarrassed, just because I don't really dabble as much as I used to. But this is the first fighting game that is going to have full cross-play across all consoles. I can't remember if we talked about that on the show or just like wherever else before, how fighting games need to get crossplay going, and maybe I was talking to some other people, I can't remember, but yeah, first fighting game with crossplay, man. I don't know if what you think about that.
I mean, that's pretty tight. I know that Mortal Kombat got that now. I know we talked about it
Did it?
off, or we was talking about it when we was playing or something. But yeah, you can crossplay on Mortal Kombat now for sure.
Oh shit, maybe I
I know
missed what you said.
I don't think we recorded it though, but I'm pretty sure we
Man,
was talking about it though.
damn,
We
yeah, I
was on
missed
here,
that somehow.
but yep, it's on there now. Cause well, my buddy G, and he be on there all the time, and then my other buddy Nick, they always battling when they link up or if they get together. But
Mm-hmm.
they've been in a group chat talking shit to each other now because they can just play online. He like, man, get on, punk, like just
Yeah.
talking shit in the chat or whatever. So that's how I knew about it, but I haven't tried it out though yet.
Okay, yeah, I missed that. I don't know how I missed that, especially for Mortal Kombat.
And
Not
I
like
don't
I
even
wouldn't give a
know
whoop, but
if they said if it was like a big announcement or something. Because I mean, like I said, I didn't know either until I'd seen them talking about it. But yep, it's on there for sure.
The one thing that people always worry about with fighting games though is the net code, which
Mm-hmm.
essentially is how well the game runs online for fighting games, because lag and all that stuff is
Right.
pivotal in fighting games. So I'm curious on like a smaller game with Power Rangers, how that's gonna do. 'Cause I don't really know how many people play that game. People say it's decent. I thought about trying it. It was like cheap at one point, and then I was like, do I really want to try it? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with like Mortal Kombat, I'm curious to see how that works. I know people say that Mortal Kombat is pretty good about their network efficiency, but a lot of other games, like if you want to play like a Marvel versus Capcom or like Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters, like those are the kind of games you'd really have to worry about with so much shit going on and
Hell yeah.
multiple characters and everything. So hopefully, companies can figure this out, but a lot of that also deals with how well internets just work in general. But yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
a good sign for gaming once again that a fighting game can get that going.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hyped.
Um, Little bit off of video games. Did you ever see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, Marlon?
Yes, I did, and I fell asleep at the end.
Oh, well, ain't that about a bitch?
I
Well,
definitely watched it.
on that note, you'll be happy to know that Sonic the Hedgehog is officially getting a sequel, which obviously saw
Yeah.
the movie and finished it. We know that that was likely to happen.
You know what the problem was, man? Because Parks and Rec really ruined that for me. Because
Oh man, dude, boys.
John Raphael, man, he's so annoying on Parks and Rec, man. And that's all I could see. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could
Yeah,
hear when I. So I just like, man, I don't know.
that's funny.
He got me. I thought I was gonna be able to tolerate it till I'm like watching it. I'm just like, yo, I'm annoyed. He ain't even said nothing.
Oh my god, I love that movie. I want to watch it again, but yeah, they the
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
director
have to do.
the director he announced that there's a sequel coming out. No true detail, just it's in the development stage. But I'm excited
Yeah,
because spoiler alert, that means Tails is gonna be in the next one and stuff like that. So it's gonna be
yeah,
pretty
that's tight
cool.
though. I mean, I think that them coming out with more and being like, nah, we gonna make some more of these is definitely tight either way, even if I don't care or not,
Mm-hmm. The
because that's paving the way for other stuff. And then when they make that Paperboy movie, bull. No, I'm just playing.
Paperboy. Why the first thing I thought you said Paperboy was
Atlanta,
Paperball Atlanta, yeah.
yeah, I know that.
Man. And damn, that show was supposed to come back.
Paperboy.
Ain't that show supposed to come back this year?
It was supposed to, but
I don't know
you
what happened
know,
with that.
you know how to. Yeah. That's two. That's Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, and FX. Two people who both, or company and person who don't have a problem taking their time making shit. And they have
Yeah,
no
at
problem
all.
telling you, hold up, man. FX got that Cartoon Network syndrome for sure. They'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
we got a new episode. It's like, never mind. We was just kidding. It ain't ready yet. We'll
Do
be
what the
back
hell
next
we
time, though.
want.
We on Thanksgiving break.
the the HBO Max that came out last week, sir, and you're booing for good reason. I've
Yeah.
been watching a fair share of it over the last almost week.
Yeah, must be nice.
the
Just over here admitting.
the new we had talked about it in a couple episodes ago, whatever. HBO Max has come out, which is the new streaming service from AT&T, Warner Media, however you want to slice it up. First thing I will say, and after a while I realized that I'm like, why the fuck did they call it HBO Max? Because it's just too many HBO this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we know, I mean, not everybody knows that AT&T owns Warner and what all that shit. But in my mind, they should have called it like Warner something or Warner Brothers did. You know what I'm saying? Something with a little more like of a, I don't want to say family, but like in a general scape, especially for the fact that HBO is known for like the adult shows and
Mm-hmm.
different apps already. So I would have thought that they would have used like Warner Brothers and had the big WB and Gold and shit, something like
Yeah.
that. But
Because also, what I be thinking about when I hear, because they don't actually even be saying, like, the few little ads that I've heard, they don't even be saying HBO. They just be saying Max. And in my mind, I'm going straight to Cinemax, which
oh,
is,
Skinamax.
it's still, because is that even still, that's a premium channel still, right? Or they
Cinemax,
done
yeah,
for it?
it's still around, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have regular cable and stuff, but
Yeah.
that's just what I be thinking about, and I'm like, oh damn, Cinemax, and I'm like, oh no, they talking about HBO Max.
mm-hmm.
Could have
The
just been like HBO. He
something.
already is HBO anyway, so why not just like you just gotta have a little something extra, boy. You just can't be regular.
HBO regular. The reason why you booing is because Roku, which I'm sound like I'm speaking for you, but Marlon's
Mm-mm.
booing because
It's just I whispered it to you for
like the damn producer in my ear. The Roku and Amazon Stick, or however you want to say, do not have HBO Max apps yet,
hmm
which is not a good thing for people that don't have like PlayStations or Samsung TVs and whatever the hell else HBO Max is on. Apple devices it's on too.
Because I got two Roku's. Technically, I mean, well, I got an actual Roku like box, and then I got a Roku TV.
Okay, you got all the
So
shits. The so it's kind of tough because we had got a Roku TV in the bedroom, so I can't even use the shit. I'm like, damn, I can't even lay in bed and watch it yet, cause I got to,
because I want to watch Ben 10, man. I've been wanting to watch that
uh,
for a while anyway, but
I ain't
even
watched that
before,
in a minute.
now I still can't, which I guess I can. I can watch it on my phone, but now I'm salty.
Don't
Dropping
break your
this mug,
table.
and you want $15, and you can't even figure out. No, I'm not satisfied.
They said AT&T said that they have apps ready for those services, but it's all about money and splits,
Come
and
on,
I
man.
guess Amazon is because you can get HBO through Amazon,
Mm,
but the way that Warner AT&T is trying to promote Max is as a streaming service and not like a just channel situation. So it's like a
mm-hmm.
whole lot of different shit that goes into how you market it and how you negotiate money and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
I don't
big
know.
business.
I don't
PU,
I don't know really know how much they want to do this and that, but it's crazy.
especially.
I didn't know that Roku has like 60% or like a whole, or I think between Roku and Amazon they have like 60% of like the market on streaming for people.
No, I didn't know that either.
So
Which I guess I mean I did because I'm part of that. But
yeah. But for me, like I just been either watching on the computer screen or watching on the PlayStation, so I'm like whatever. But like I said, not being able to watch it on the Roku TV is just kind of like damn.
it's
But
just
they
annoying.
but they still got the HBO Now app on there, which is just HBO. So it's just kind of
But do
back
we
and
have?
forth.
I don't think it got all the same stuff though.
No, 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 no. Because
Yeah, exactly.
going
That's
into detail, which you
punk
just
asses.
segued me into, HBO Max comes with, as we talked about, HBO Max has highlights for me at least. They got the Studio Ghibli streaming license, so all the Ghibli movies are on there. I'm pretty sure it's all of them.
Mm,
Um,
I'm hype about that too because I never watched them,
they
and it's
have
hard to find them.
yeah, unless you get the Blu-rays, that's like the only way now. Or prior to this, they have so they have Studio Ghibli, and Warner owns Crunchyroll, so they have like some of the Crunchyroll library on there. They kind of just chose like I think it's only about 15 animes that are on there. I damn near need to go on the website to like actually know what I'm talking about. They have some anime on there with Crunchyroll. They have Turner Classic Movies on there. There's a lot of old Godzilla shit on there. They're obviously Warner owns Cartoon Network, but they only have like a lot of the newer shows, and then like Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab. So the library of Cartoon Network shows is like it's fair for like right now, but I would hope that they get all like the '90s shows on there,
Mm.
and there's a few from like the early 2000s, like Foster's Home, but they don't have like K and D on there yet, and like they do have all the Ben 10s. So it's kind of weird how they like pick and choose what they put on there.
Mm.
And
I
then
guess it's
even keep
oh my
going.
fault. No, I was just gonna say it's just probably that same thing like how Disney Plus was doing too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on that free trial shit, so they don't want to give you everything in the first
Yeah, get
for
that
you to be like,
trickle.
oh, psych, I'm out.
Cause
Free trial, I'm done.
to me personally, like with Disney, what they only doing the $7 thing, which Disney got a lot of money, so whatever. And I've kept Disney Plus because my kids use it a lot, watching Descendants, fucking 1, 2, and 3 1,000 times, and then I can watch, all like the whatever stuff. But like with Warner, looking at it, we had kind of talked about before. Like I didn't realize or think about all the stuff that they've had over the years between movies and shows and cartoons and everything. I'm like, damn, I like a lot of this shit. So they came out with like if you got it before the release date is like $12 a month deal, which I did that. But like you were saying, it's $15 after that for a month. And to me, between like them having the Ghibli movies and all the other HBO series you can watch and all the movies, all the cartoons and different things like that, to me it seems like it's worth it.
Mm.
And going over time, you would expect them to put more shows on there. I have been binge watching a little bit of Home Movies, which is an Adult Swim original, I guess you can say.
H. John Benjamin, boy.
Yeah. That dude's a fucking fool, man.
Yeah.
With Gert. And I've been watching Tom and Jerry, which they have like all the time. I don't even think they have all the Tom and Jerry episodes. They might, but for a lot of them, it's really like all out of order. Like I don't really understand how they uploaded the episodes. They're just kind of like, here, figure it out. And not like Tom and Jerry is based off a continuation or anything, but
Right.
you can tell the difference between 1940 and 1960 or whatever, like coloring and shit like that, or the way this dude drew them and stuff like that. But I mean, so far it's fine to me. I'm just hoping that within the next 6 months, I don't even want to say 6 months, few months, that they really kind of start putting stuff on there, because even a lot of stuff that they said was going to be on there at launch, like South Park and like a lot of the DC movies aren't on there yet. So it's kind of weird that when they own a lot of the properties, and the South Park, they had to get the license, but like DC stuff, when they own that shit, it's like, why the fuck isn't it on there? And maybe that's like with streaming license deals and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, which I don't know if you saw, but they did put out the trailer for that Venture Time movie.
Oh,
It's
did
dropping
they?
on the 25th. Yeah.
The is it the BMO one or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah, the
did see
BMO
that.
one.
Okay, I did see that. And with one thing that I was really excited for was the CW shows being on HBO Max, which they're already on Netflix. But I'm like, let me get all the CW shit because I'm a sucker.
Mm-hmm.
But then like when it launched, they weren't on there. There's only Batwoman and like Katie Keene and Nancy Drew for like the newer stuff. And what I figured out going through internet research is that the deal that they have with Netflix essentially is that all the CW shows come to Netflix after like the season's up, but until like the shows are done being on TV, they're gonna stay on Netflix. So essentially they just like gave Netflix their shows forever before they knew. They was like, oh yeah, I guess maybe we want to start doing some streaming stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of, I don't,
Right.
and maybe they're like, they're not tripping about it, but at the same time, like, man, I want all that shit there. If that's what, what I'm saying, if that's your shit, take your shit back.
Go get that. You need to go bring that back to the crib, man. It's time.
Plus, I'm trying to figure out where to stream 90210 again, because it's not on Netflix and it's not nowhere else. So I'm kind of salty about that. But they do have
teen drama going, boy. Well, is that even teen drama? That's just regular drama.
Teen drama, old young adult drama. I don't know. they got the damn OC on there too, which I didn't know that was that show was on Fox, but I guess Warner made that show. Whatever, I'm going in all these freaking teen drama
That's your stuff,
California
bro.
shows,
Yeah, you know,
fantasy
that's
life.
how you know when somebody likes something. He
Oh
said, and
shit,
you know what else they put on there? And you know what
man,
else?
that shit, man. They even
Just
got and with the I talked about the Adult Swim being on there, home movies being on there, but even that catalog is pretty sparing.
yeah, it is.
They got a Aqua Teen, home movies, Space Ghost, Samurai Jack, Robot Chicken, the first 3 seasons of Rick and Morty. They got Boondocks, which is good, and that new show Primal, and the Metalocalypse, how you say it.
I hate that show.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Adult Swim stuff not on there too. So I'm wondering how they're gonna get all that on there, when they are and whatnot. But when they said that there's tens and thousands of hours of movies to watch and shows, they weren't lying, because they got all that shit on there. It's a lot of movies. I'm like, man, this is a real thing. But and then they got Looney Tunes and stuff like that. So all in all, I mean, right now it's like in a C grade, like the first week of a streaming service average. I'm looking forward to the future of it.
Had the same salty attitude when Disney Plus first dropped too.
Yeah, and I mean, and what sucks is that with the virus and everything going on, like all this production of shows has been slowed down, because HBO Max was supposed to come out with a lot more. I think they got like 4 original shows out right now, but a lot of them got postponed with production being stalled. So it's a lot of like things up in the air, I guess you could say. But I'm not upset just yet. Maybe I'm just too passive. I don't know.
No, I mean, that's fair. I'm only mad because I really can't even watch it comfortably like how they said I could in the beginning. Otherwise, I probably would I would feel the same way.
Now.
Man, that's stupid.
What have you been watching, man? I know you've been watching Hunter x Hunter, man. You've been on that pretty heavy. What episode are you on?
Like 130. I don't know, maybe like 130 or some. It's pretty much coming up to getting to the
end.
Big fights, yeah, or the big battles, I'll say, I guess.
So you're in the Chimera Ant arc now.
Mm-hmm.
You got to so are they in the building yet of like infiltrating and all the people and stuff? Okay. So we can talk about that stuff later down the road. Even though there's some other stuff we should probably talk about later too. But I know you keep going.
My bad. No, because I mean, I know, like me, I'm just now watching it, but I know it's an old show, so people done seen it. But I didn't want to be like spoilers. Just
that's anime's weird.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get in a deep conversation on it right now, but yeah, I'm glad you really liking it though, because there's a lot of episodes. If you ain't like it, you wouldn't be that far.
That's facts. Yep, that's definitely facts. I still am kind of because like I was apprehensive at first, like just as far as the whole story or the whole arc started off. I'm like, man, Bugs, man, come on, man. But it definitely got better as I got further into it for sure. And it wasn't even bad at the beginning, I say, but that's all.
It's just I know what you mean though, because sometimes, especially anime, man, it can throw some stuff at you, and you
just be kind of random, and you're like, oh shit, wait, what? Bugs? Wait, oh okay, this is for real. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, because I don't think they fought any like extraterrestrial beings prior to that. I mean, there's like people that's like weird looking and do weird stuff, but like
it's other kind of stuff. Other species of people, but they definitely did. That wasn't like a thing where they was like, oh, you know what, these chimera ants exist.
Yeah.
Because and that was the thing where they was just like basically they had to explain that in the beginning. They had to go through and explain where they even came from and
Mm-hmm.
how they even got to being a part of the world and all that other shit. So I think that was kind of they hadn't showed Kilo and them for like 3 or 4 episodes, boy.
Yeah. And Hunter x Hunter is in that realm of anime where the supporting cast and whatever does take over a lot of
Mm.
times, where you
It's
won't
not just
see
about the
Gon and shit. Yeah,
main little couple of guys or whatever. Yeah, definitely.
which I appreciate that a lot. The
Hmm.
but I guess they did see some like different creatures early in
Yeah.
the training arc area, especially with like those weird orange fox looking people.
That was husband and wife, but they
Mm-hmm.
sound exactly the same and shit.
Yeah. And there might have been some stuff after that, but I can't recall. Um, you had
I mean, it was some creatures in Greed Island too.
what I can't.
That
I
was
gotta watch
that
it
was
again because I can't
that was
remember.
like players and that was like creatures because it was like a game, so there was still like NPC,
Yeah.
and stuff like that or whatever. So there was that too.
How much do I know? I don't know anything. It's been so long since I watched it. It's at least like 4 or 5 years now. I think about it.
Yeah.
Damn, it's been a while. I probably should do it. Get back to it one day. One day.
Hmm.
You Rick and Morty, man. You got through season 4, right? Because I think the
Well,
finale just happened, or did you
it was
watch it?
it was this past weekend or whatever. But no, I didn't. I went to sleep. Shoot, I got off work late on
Oh,
Sunday, and I was like,
hit
man,
that
nah,
button.
man, it's over.
What besides that, besides missing that episode, how the season's pretty decent because I haven't
I
seen it at
mean,
all.
yeah, it's typical Rick and Morty. A lot of fourth wall breaking, a lot of talking to us, the audience, and
Mm-hmm.
getting that and being kind of interactive in that way, and that Rick still kind of being untouchable, but not really.
Okay. Huh.
So it's cool though. It's still pretty funny. I'm
You
trying to think. The last episode, I think it was. That's cool. I'm here for it.
was it worth like the wait from the however like years some change however long it's been?
Well, I mean, I say yes and kind of no, just only because they took a break mid season. So
Okay,
like they
between
had
the
dropped
season
them.
4.
They had dropped the first like 3 or 4 episodes or whatever, and then they took a break, and now they come back with the rest of them. So I mean, it's cool. It wasn't like I was really like being like, damn, where's Rick and Morty?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's one of them shows because honestly, I mean, Rick and Morty is tight, but I don't think I feel the same way about it that I do about like Family Guy and American Dad
Mm.
and that like adult cartoon, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
animation style or whatever.
Damn. What because shit, Family Guy, all them shows is coming back.
Yeah, it was some, and I don't know because I didn't look at the dates, but I know that there was some new episodes. Like I just recently watched some new episodes. Um, but I didn't say nothing there. I'm not really gonna go into it because I don't really remember. I don't have enough to be like, yeah, that was, it was really funny.
Sound like my kids. I don't remember. What do
I
you
was
mean?
watching some old episode of Family Guy the other day that I don't remember seeing at all, and that was pretty funny to me. But it was old, so I
Like
don't know.
fucking the original, like season 1 or like early two
Nah, it was like
thousands or.
it was not. It was recent. It was like season 14 or something, I think.
Oh,
But they on like season 18 or 19 or
okay.
something. So it's still kind of old, just only because of how far along they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Because I know people would be talking about how like Peter looks different, like art
Hmm.
style wise and shit or something. Now I was like,
Yeah,
that's just weird. I never even thought about this shit.
definitely. And it's really weird to think about it in that because there are, even though it's not that kind of show, there are character developments. Like Peter isn't the
Mm.
same kind of guy that he used to be. I mean, he ain't even doing the same job. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's
So it's
not.
like, no, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's not, but it's just stuff like that that's like it exists, but it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So there is character development, but there isn't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
It
just that.
all has to lead into like the material or the jokes, really.
Hmm. exactly.
The
Because mostly with
flashbacks.
Family Guy, it's kind of like it's almost like Saturday Night Live in that way, where they just kind of being relevant to what's going on in the
Mm-hmm.
world, popular culture and shit.
Yeah, like South Park and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I don't watch South Park as much as I used to, but South Park to me is always gonna be top tier on the adult comedy shows.
Yeah,
That and the old Simpsons especially. I haven't watched Simpsons like that in so long, but South
yeah, that
Park
was
for
a
me.
sleep show for a little, like the last, like a couple months ago. Simpsons was.
Did you anything else been on your viewing plate? Your
No,
eyelids?
randomly, I watched Jennifer's Body today,
what
but
what is that show about? Because I have no idea. I've just heard of
I
it.
just, I don't know. It's a show about that. I'm just talking about the movie with Megan Fox.
Oh yeah, the movie. Okay. Why am I thinking
Yeah,
it's a show?
I don't know. It
Why am I
might be a
thinking of
show.
a?
Shit,
I don't
I
know.
don't know if it is. I ain't checking it out
What
because
am I?
MTV did that. They made a lot of those like Scream and a lot of like
Yeah,
show movies in the shows or something. They was
Teen
doing a lot
Wolf
of
and shit.
trying to horror movie TV show, trying to maybe they're trying to compete with CW or something or something. It's like, no,
Freeform.
we gonna get in on this action. So it
MTV
might
so
be,
weird.
but yeah, I watched that randomly today, but I didn't even watch it till the end.
I don't even know it comes on MTV anymore. Besides like fucking ridiculousness, 24 hours a day.
I never really watched MTV to begin with. I wasn't really a like a video, watching music videos when I was a kid. So
Man.
I didn't know then. I definitely don't know now.
Missing out, man.
Besides like wilding out and shit, like you said, ridiculousness and shit.
Mm-hmm. I guess yeah, I guess Wild and Out's on there, but shit, that seems sparing. Whatever. I just catch that on the, I just be catching that on YouTube. Anyway.
Just watch because you only want to watch the songs and shit and the little jokes, so it only takes
Mm-hmm.
about a minute or two.
Hell, you get the highlight reel.
That shit mostly commercials when you're watching it live.
Hell yeah. One joke. Well,
Take us out of here, DJ D-Rex.
oh shit.
Yeah, but that's about it as far as what I've been watching on.
Um, I with HBO Max, I had I started watching. I shouldn't say I started, but I got to watching Curb slightly again. Cause I
Mm-hmm.
already watched like every episode, and then I went back to like my favorite ones and stuff. I was trying to like remember jokes and shit. But Letitia's been getting upset because I keep relating real life scenarios that I've experienced lately to stuff that I saw in there.
You're
So
gonna have
she's
to
been getting
download
kind of
that.
annoyed.
Frim, 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 frim.
Oh, the little theme
You have
song,
to walk
yeah.
around playing that off your phone.
As the other day, I forget exactly what happened, but I was like, man, you need to apologize. And she like kind of said she was sorry, but she was like eating a snack at the same time. And then I was like, man, it's just like an episode of Kurt when the dude wanted Larry to apologize and he was eating pistachios. The dude was like, are you eating on the phone right apologizing to me right now? You can't eat and apologize at the same time.
Come on, man. That's disrespectful, man. It's not even real.
That show just has so much shit that's like relatable to me, man.
That's
At
how
this
it be.
point.
And then it's even worse because, well, in that situation, it's good because y'all pretty much have been watching that together. But then, when you out in public or in the real world and a situation happens and you want to be like, man, that's just like with Larry, man. And,
Yeah.
people ain't like, they're like, so I never watched that before. I don't know
What the
what you're
fuck you
talking
talking
about, man.
about, loser? No
Fuck out of
fucking
here,
Larry.
man. Talking about some Larry. Who the fuck is Larry?
Yeah. I finally watched Kiki's Delivery Service, which is a Studio Ghibli, however you want to say it, classic. That's on like the list of anime probably you should have watched it already list. So I finally watched it, and it's a good movie. I don't know if I don't know if I like it as much as Totoro or Spirited Away,
Mm.
but it's a fun movie. all the I shouldn't all the ones that I can think of like Totoro and stuff in that vein are like movies where it's stuff going on, but it's really not stuff going on. It's really about like the life message and shit like that,
Right.
which I appreciate. But I mean, I recommend it. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen it before, I don't know if it's a movie I'd want to go back and watch again. Like I've watched Spirited Away or like Totoro multiple times and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a good movie. We watched the dub version, and that's something cool about it. You can watch the dub and the sub on
Okay,
HBO
yeah, I
Max,
didn't even think about that.
so it's pretty cool. And I also decided to go through all the Harry Potter movies because I I
I'm just messing with you.
because I haven't watched Sorcerer's Stone in a long time, like all the way through, like because you know when they
Yeah,
show the Harry Potter movies like on Sci-Fi and USA and shit,
that should be
TNT,
everywhere.
it'd be like,
Wildly.
and it's like the movies are like 2.5 hours, but TV is like 5 hours because all the commercials, like, you don't be able to watch it.
Yeah,
So I'm
no.
like, all right, now I can watch all the movies on HBO Max straight through.
Mm.
And you know, and I remember seeing the first two Harry Potters when I was a kid, like in the theater, and like watching the first one. I was like, damn man, I remember like thinking about like that nostalgia trip kind of hit me. Where I was like, damn, I remember this shit
Mm-hmm.
was like extra magical, man. Shit still kind of hit. But then like the weird old 2000s CGI started popping up, and I was like, ugh, like this shit's kind of nasty. But no, it's still a good movie. Cause I and especially because I haven't watched 3 through 5 all the way in their entirety, so I'm like I want to do the whole experience. I don't want to just skip because then I'll be like I don't even remember what the fuck going on. But
Yeah, maybe I'll check them out since I have access once I get access if they ever decide to put that shit so I can watch it on my TV.
just turn your PlayStation on, you be fine.
Man, no, it already is. A damn dragon, a 747 jet.
Let me go and get on this Call of Duty, boy. I'm gonna shoot him before he even hit hit
yo,
the
this
trigger.
motherfucker a tank, boy.
Holy shit.
That shit sound like a helicopter flying though. You're like, damn, what's that noise? That's what the fuck?
An
Oh.
armada going over your house. This shit
That's
wild.
why my shit, yeah, man. That's why I got to turn the air on now, man. I'm low key a heater and shit. It was crazy, bro. Now they want me to turn HBO on, man. Watch 3 hours of Harry Potter.
Like 3 hours, that might gonna be melting, boy.
Yo, that one gonna be a puddle. That might gonna be
PlayStation
straight Steam, nigga. Turn into that's you talk about Steam on the computer. Nah, I got PlayStation Steam.
Fucking gonna need a self warranty.
Yo, that's crazy.
Oh man, gaming wise, man, what you been playing, man? I know we kind of played some Apex the other day. I don't want to talk about that though, cause it's Apex. We talked about that for like 6 months straight. Even though new characters out, I guess we could kind of say what she talking about.
Talking about Loba. I mean, she cool, you know, because I play. We play, and then I have been playing a little bit more since the new season or the new character dropped or whatever. I mean, she pretty tight. People talking about that she OP, but I feel like it's for the same reason that they were saying that Pathfinder is OP, and just that you can just kind of get out of there, bounce around and change up the position of battle and all that. So, I mean, but I think that besides you, when we first played it that one day, the original day, I think I'm the only person that even cares in my friend group about picking her.
Yeah, cause you've been picking her. I'm like, whatever, I ain't tripping. But she like you said, it's always the internet. Off top, any character that's new, that's at least decent, and somebody can figure out a little trick, and they're like, man, shit's broken, man, whatever. And they'll end up patching it at some point, get their little data in, just like they did with Pathfinder and taking his cooldown, raising it up and shit like that. So
yep, it is.
Loba's cool. I mean, you know, she got the little bracelet throwing it, teleport, shit like that.
Little marketplace is cool where you get to pick, but it's real easy to forget that you only get 2 items because it'd be so much shit in there. You be like, damn, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, I want this. You got to go out there and actually find that shit. It'd be tight if her ability after you did that gave you the ability to see where it was located.
Mm-hmm.
Because you taking it out of boxes and out of crates and shit. It'd be tight if it actually showed you. Because even she can see purple gear on the ground and stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So it'd be tight if she could, you know what I'm saying? But, like you said, the internet, me included, always want something extra, want a little bit more.
Motherfuckers always asking for shit. You still been playing Animal Crossing a little bit here and there.
Yep. They got Nookazon, which I just found out about recently.
Which is a third-party thing, not a Nintendo.
No, it ain't on there. No, it's just something, but I have been using it to get some stuff, just making little trades here and there, getting clothes and stuff off there.
Pimping yourself out for a rug on a video game.
Yeah, I'm not going out there. No, I'll trade you an item. Some bells. I got a couple.
Send nudes, or you're not gonna get this toaster.
Nook Mile tickets, but
some weirdo.
It do be people on there asking for like crazy shit. Like they be like, I want 40 Nook Mile tickets, and it's like, bro, I'm not about to sit at that damn Nook Miles computer to print out 40 Nook Miles, bro. You know how long that's gonna take?
You ain't catch all these bugs, motherfucker.
And they be like 80 Nook Miles. Like, who even has that? So you literally just pressing A, just farming like Nook Miles, man. Come on.
For all the quality of life things that Nintendo put into Animal Crossing, there's still like 20 more that everybody's realized need to happen in New Horizons.
Yeah. They need to go ahead and cut them conversations.
Man, people need to shut up. Menus need to stop being so weird. Like,
we need bulk buy for clothes. Not just flowers.
Little bush.
That's all you can do it for.
Yeah, man, it's weird. Like everybody in the beginning, of course, like, man, I love this game, and then people drop off, and then people like, you know what? I don't love this game. Actually, I fucking hate it.
And
it's still a good time. We were pretty excited about it. I mean, I've spent however many damn hours on it. You didn't spend about 2,000 hours on there. So.
Yeah, because I'll still get at least 2 or 3 hours minimum a day.
Mm-hmm. Just to run around and buy some clothes you can't wear in real life.
Yeah, just see what's in the store, exactly.
Like that.
Running around doing nothing, building up a thing to destroy it in a week.
The June just started in real life, so in real life, video game is June, so there's like new fish and stuff,
sharks and stuff. Because I caught a whale shark.
Oh damn! There's I think like a wedding event's going on there right now too, so I don't know how that works. So that's pretty weird.
That's like that means. I didn't know that there was a such thing as wedding season.
You've been avoiding it all your life, so now you.
I guess that's what you call it. I don't know. I was just like, damn, they got a whole season for that, eh? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. But I mean, I guess that makes sense. June is a pretty moderate weather conditions, I guess, in between summer and spring.
Yeah, I feel like I think in my head, Letitia wanted to try June, but her birthday is also in June.
No,
so it was a setup.
Not today. Not on my big day.
Yeah. What else has been going on? Anything else you've been playing I don't know about? Playing with the keys.
2K, sneaking that in there here and there, but that ain't nothing, man. Call of Duty, obviously. Mm-hmm. That ain't too much of nothing. Nah, man.
It's so weird. I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like, I don't know if Marlon's really been playing anything like new lately. Like it's been Animal Crossing, and that was about it on like the big titles.
Because I did before the last thing I bought, as far as like games go, I did buy Monster Hunter on the Switch, but I still ain't even.
Yeah,
still ain't even got past the creation of. Well, I created my player, but I haven't got it through like opening scene stuff.
Yeah, we could figure out a way to get on there because I was like, I was playing that for like a week, and then I got back to not playing it. So you know how that go. The I had played. I've been streaming a little bit. This new game called Monster Train that came out on Steam, which is a how should I put it, deck building roguelike game. Essentially, I had talked about Slay the Spire in the past, like earlier this year, last year, something like that. I started playing that.
Yeah.
Then Monster Train just came out about 2 weeks ago, a week ago. It's $25. Adam was like, "Hey man, I know I like my Slay the Spire, and I made you buy that game. But here's another game I want you to spend money on. It's better than Slay, man. Try it out." I'm like, "Fuck, man, you sold me off of really saying nothing." But I ended up buying it, and he was pretty much right because I've already put like I think I've had it for like a week, maybe week and some change, and I've put about 20 hours into it. Essentially, to put it in a summarized form, it's a deck building game, and like you get different factions or like alliances or whatever they call it, clans of like cards. So kind of like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon, anything like that, where it's different classes of characters that you use with these cards and different power ups, and like each clan has their like theme. Like the red is like, we're gonna get enraged and beat you up, but we don't have much defense. And then they can like get armor. But then like the green people are like, oh, we just keep growing and growing and shit. And then there's like the black one, which is like, we kill each other to get stronger and like weird shit like
Wait,
that.
which one? The black one?
Yeah, it's called Umbra. But it's basically like in Magic the Gathering, it's like swamp cards, which are like zombies and weird shit like that. Not to get too much on all that shit, but.
Well, because I know you said you were streaming, and I had popped in on one of your sessions, and I was like, "Go ahead and lay that trap card, boy."
It's weird, man. It's a really good game. It's something that I'm not surprised that I like it as much as I do, because I do like card games and stuff, but the fact that you never know what you're going to get each time you do a run in a roguelike situation with, you're going to get these cards this time, and next time you don't know. But you always have like a central theme of like green cards. You can get like spikes, which hurt the enemy every time they hit you, or red, you get every time they hit you, you get like more strength and shit like that. What was that? What was that? What was that eyebrow?
Like your faces.
But shit sometimes like that, so.
I do that when you talking, just to keep make sure people on their toes.
Make sure you don't fall asleep while I'm rambling.
Paying attention.
You can be honest with me. You
talking about sleep? I'll be on here knocked out. Well,
man,
it only take me 1 second.
So basically what I'm saying is Monster Train is a good game, and if you like deck building card games and if you like roguelites, it's a good time. You go through like different. At first I was like, man, is this gonna be like kind of the same like enemies and stuff every time? But like each time you kind of like beat a session, it throws you different curveballs and shit basically. So there's always like a new twist on like each run and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know how to sell games. We both did get the Aftermath DLC for Mortal Kombat 11, which I don't know. I don't think you beat the story because you didn't say anything about it.
Nah, honestly, I forgot.
You forgot about the story?
I forgot that it was
Mortal
like
Kombat in general.
Nah, just the story, just about the story part.
Oh, damn.
I forgot that.
We had talked about it at work, and I was like, man, it's only like 4 hours, and then I realized it's only like 2 hours. It'd take you no time to get.
Because I'm like halfway through it, I just turned it off, and like I said, I just spaced it. Forgot that it was even still a thing.
Was that just based off of interest, or you just kind of just one of those, you be busy working and shit?
It's because I'm interested. I want to get through, finish it up, and see what it was. Especially because where I left off, it was basically about to be time to get it cracking or whatever. But yeah, just running around, living life, I suppose, and I just all the content that there is that exists.
Yeah.
Just between that and trying to sit down and watch Hunter and all this other stuff, it's like, oh damn, I forgot there was something else. I spent $40 on last week.
Yeah, it's a good little story expansion to what happened, because I had forgot that at the end of 11 they had beat Chronica, but then it was still kind of like they didn't really have like a true resolution and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, you know, in the previews they show you like Shang Tsung comes back to kind of, you know, put his little spin on this timelines that have been getting crazy for the last 3 games and whatnot. So it'd be cool to see what you think about it. I kind of want to go back through it again just because I damn near kind of forget everything that happened. But
like as a whole,
yeah, as a whole, and just and it's weird because we know like the Mortal Kombat movies coming out, and I'm just like, I just hope the story for that movie is at least as good as the one that's in the video game, because it's pretty good, man. Honestly,
nah, it is for sure.
Popcorn
It's definitely
flick,
interesting.
like goofy jokes and all that crazy stuff, man. It's pretty decent, like the way they've kind of retconned and reconfigured everybody and stuff like that. And the acting.
And speaking of that, well, speaking of Mortal Kombat, before we slide out of there, shameless plug, we did get on there and play some of that. You know, over at youtube.com/ Black Nerd Planet. You can check that out, see us get a little
and spine
fight on.
shit.
I thought those was interesting fights.
Yeah.
I know I had said that on Twitter, but it was some good fights because I was watching them again later, and I was like I don't know if I was like watching it to be watching it from like, from like a viewer's perspective, or if I was watching it like trying to brush my moves up and like seeing where I could have improved or what. But I definitely turned that mug on.
That's messed up.
Well, that's probably only because the last time we had played Mortal Kombat at your house, you won. So we just had to take turns.
I gave you the Mad Catz controller, that's right.
with the little rattle. That mug got the look. You don't even know which piece that is. It's just something in there fucking rattling around.
True story. That shit happened to me back in the day, man. One of my friends had a controller like that, had ketchup all in the buttons and shit. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to play with this, man.
I'm here, man. Come on, man. You trying to play or what, bro?
Trying to play NBA Live, and I got this bullshit ass controller. Like, if you don't get this shit out of here, man.
Boy, got snack crumbs, snacks from somebody else. Snacks.
It's cool, man.
Circle all sticky and shit.
Shit and trifling. Oh man,
crazy.
Last thing I could think of that I've been playing is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition came out Friday. So I probably got about 6 hours in that. It's a really good RPG that I didn't know how many people like. It's always had really good reviews. This is the 3rd time it's been released, but this time as a definitive edition on the Switch. But I didn't realize how many people like damn near have it like in their top 3s or favorite game all time and shit like that. Because once again, Adam being like, oh man, it's probably my favorite RPG ever and stuff like that. So it goes back into like the I know you don't play RPGs like that, but in that realm of JRPGs especially, where like the first few hours you can kind of be like, man, all right, I'm tired of listening to you talk. I want to get to all the fighting, you know what I'm saying, get the moves. But 5-6 hours in, it was like some shit happens and you're just like, oh snap, Ola, like it's some real shit going on. So now it's heating up, so I'm pretty invested. Plus it's on the Switch, so I can take it anywhere. So
on the go.
Hopefully I can finish an RPG for once in my life. So we'll see.
I thought what happened to what's that game called? Emblems.
Oh,
Fire Emblem.
I ain't never beat it.
Oh, I thought
I didn't even get to like the climactic part. I put a lot of time in that mug too.
And that's why I thought maybe that's why I was thinking you beat it or something. But shit, I guess you would have probably said something about that had you done it.
That's how much people live in the moment, because that game was pretty hype for a lot of people back last summer, fall, and then I don't hear nobody talking about it now.
Making no noise.
Oh man. I think that's it, man. I don't got nothing else.
Yeah, it's this time. I sound like Big Roo.
Yeah, about to say she
I'm
said,
like,
"Feed me, motherfucker."
yeah, sound like she putting the kibosh on the rest of the episode, I guess.
Oh man, you made it this far in the episode. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, Black Lives Matter.
Please.
You can find us patreon.com/Black Nerd Plan if you want to support the show. There's once again, we've said it before, but there's always more things coming up. Check out Instagram. Check out Marlon Mylan page on Instagram. We got some stuff, man. We getting some stuff together, man. Stuff's weird for us as people always because we're weird people, and then the world keeps changing. So stuff happens,
rapid.
but I don't want to look like a liar. But at the same time, I believe us that we doing stuff. But yeah, man, YouTube. Check out our videos, Black Nerd Planet. Spotify, Google, Apple, everywhere you listen to podcasts, we there. We should be there. If we not, let us know. And yeah, man, I'm Jordan Carmichael, aka Four Eyes Malone.
It's your boy M. You already know what time it is, man.
What time is it?
It's that time, boy.
Game time.
Every time you just keep saying it's that time. What time? That time, man. You know what time.
Oh man. On that note, peace, everybody.
We out.